Act 5. Daiyu selects flowers. Bao and Zhong meet for the first time. Time: the 10th autumn of the Red Chamber. Location: Pear Fragrance Courtyard, Rongwa Mansion, Ningwa Mansion. Character: Madame Wang, Aunt Shui, Baochai Shui, Inger, Mrs. Zhou, Jia Baoyu, Lin Daiyu, Wang Shifeng, Jia Zhen, Mrs. Yu, Jia Rong, Qin Zhong, and several others. Character Profile Card. Name: Qin Keqing. Gender: female. Alias: Mrs. Qin, Rong's wife, Ku heir Jianmei. Identity: wife of Jia Rong, the great-granddaughter-in-law of the Ningwa Mansion. Personality: gentle and virtuous, filial and obedient, prudent in actions, and able to win people's hearts. Great-grandfather of the spouse, Jia Daihua. Ancestor by marriage, Jia Jing. Father-in-law, Jia Zhen. Uncle, Jia Baoyu. Jia Rong is Baoyu's nephew by blood, and they are uncle and nephew. Husband, Jia Rong. Jia Rong and Jia Lan are of the same generation. Both are part of the 5th generation of the Jia family. Younger brother, Qin Zhong. After seeing off Lu grandma, Zhou Ruijia went to report to Lady Wang. Hearing that she went to find Shui aunt, he changed directions and went to the Pear Fragrance Courtyard. When he entered the house, he saw Lady Wang and Shui aunt chatting happily. Mrs. Zhou Rui did not dare to disturb them and went straight to the inner room. As soon as he entered, he saw Shui Baochai sitting by the heated brick bed, embroidering patterns with the maidservant Inger. When Mrs. Zhou Rui came in, Shui Baochai put down her pen, smiled and greeted her. "Sister Zhou, please have a seat." Mrs. Zhou Rui sat down and smiled, saying, "Hello, miss. Why haven't I seen you go over there these past few days? Could it be that your brother Baoyu has offended you?" Baochai laughed and said, "Where did you hear that? It's not that my old illness has recurred. I just need to rest quietly for 2 days." Mrs. Zhou Rui asked again, "What is the root of this illness? We must find a doctor to treat it as soon as possible." Baochai replied, "Don't mention it. I don't know how many doctors I've seen, how many medicines I've taken, and how much money I've spent, but to no avail. Fortunately, I met a monk later who specializes in treating unknown illnesses. He gave me a prescription from the sea, along with a packet of fragrant medicine powder as a guide. Taking 1 pill when sick would make me feel better." Mrs. Zhou Rui asked, "What is this medicine called?" Baochai replied, "It's called cold fragrance pill." Mrs. Zhou Rui asked again, "What exactly happens when your illness flares up?" Baochai said, "It's nothing, just a cough." The two were talking when they heard Madame Wang ask, "Who's inside?" Mrs. Zhou Rui quickly responded and went out to report Granny Lu's situation to Lady Wang. Mrs. Wang had nothing to say. Mrs. Zhou Rui was about to leave, and then Mrs. Shui said, "I have some fresh style of silk flower made in the palace here. Take them to give to the sisters to wear. I was planning to send them yesterday, but I forgot. There are 12 in total, 2 for each of your 3 daughters, 2 for Miss Lin, and the remaining 4 for Sister Feng." Mrs. Wang said, "Just leave it to Baochai." Aunt Shui laughed and said, "You don't know, this precious girl has never liked flowers or makeup." Later, Mrs. Zhou Rui picked up a box of flowers from Aunt Shui's house and sent them to Yingchun, Tanchun, Shichuan, and Feng Jia one by one, before finally going to Daiyu's place. When Mrs. Zhou Rui arrived, Daiyu was solving the 9 linked rings puzzle with Baoyu in the room. Mrs. Zhou Rui then walked in and smiled, saying, "Miss Lin, Annie asked me to bring flowers." Daiyu curiously leaned forward and asked, "What flower? Show me." As he spoke, he reached out and took the box. Daiyu took a glance and asked, "Is this flower just for me? Or do the young ladies also have one?" Mrs. Zhou responded, "The other girls all have one. These two are for you, Mississippi." Daiyu coldly laughed and said, "That's true. Others don't pick the leftovers either, so I don't have a share." Mrs. Zhou suddenly became silent when he heard the news, and took the opportunity when Daiyu asked the maid to greet Bao Chai and quickly left. In the evening, Feng Jie found Madame Wang and told her that big sister Zhen wanted to invite her to go out tomorrow. Madame Wang agreed. The next day, when Daiyu found out about this, he insisted on going along. Feng Jie had no choice but to take him with her to Ningguo Mansion. Jia Zhen's wife, Lady Yu, joked with Feng Jie as soon as she saw her, then pulled Daiyu into the upper room to sit down. After Lady Yu's daughter-in-law, Qing Keqing, served tea, Feng Jie said, "Why did you call me here? What are you going to offer me as a gift? Hurry up and present it to me, I'm quite busy." Mrs. Yu didn't respond yet, and a few daughters-in-law smiled and said, "Since Lady Feng is here today, you don't have a say in this." Before the words had even finished, Jia Rong walked in and greeted everyone. Daiyu hurriedly asked, "Is Brother Zhen not at home?" Yu replied, "He has left the city. It's boring to sit here. Why not go out for a walk?" Qin also laughed and said, "Last time, Mr. Bao wanted to see my brother, right? It's a coincidence. He is sitting in the study right now." Daiyu quickly got up and was about to leave when he heard Feng Jie say, "Since you're here, why don't you invite him over and let me see him?" "You better not. Son is gentle and refined. Never seen someone as fierce and bold as you. It's just ridiculous." Ms. Yu laughed. Feng Jie also laughed and said, "I didn't even make fun of him, and he still dares to make fun of me." Jia Rong hurriedly explained, "This child is very shy and has not seen much of the world. And if you see him, please don't get angry with him." Feng Jie made a spitting sound and said, "Pa, nonsense. I insist on seeing it. If you don't bring it, I'll slap you in the face." Jia Rong had to get up and helplessly smiled, saying, "Auntie, forgive me. I brought someone here for you to see." In no time, Jia Rong brought in a young man who was handsome, with clear eyebrows and bright eyes, a powdered face and vermilion lips, a graceful figure, and elegant demeanor. He seemed even better than Daiyu, but a bit girlish in his movements. Seeing this young man, Feng Jie quickly pushed Daiyu and whispered, "He's better looking than you." Then she leaned over, grabbed his hand, and made him sit beside her, asking him about his age and his studies. It was then that she found out his name was Qin Zhong. Later on, Feng Jie also gave Qin Zhong a piece of fabric and 2 small golden ingots as a gift for their meeting. After dinner, Feng Jie, Mrs. Yu, and Mrs. Qin went to play cards, while Bao Yu and Qin Zhong sat together chatting. Since meeting Qin Zhong, Bao Yu's heart was greatly shaken, and he thought to himself, "Can there really be such a person in this world? It's a pity that I was born into a noble family. If I was born into a common family, I would have been able to make friends with him long ago." Qin Zhong saw Bao Yu and was also amazed by his extraordinary appearance. He couldn't help but sigh in his heart. "No wonder my sister always praises him so much. It's a pity that I was born into a poor family. If I could be friends with him, it would truly be a wonderful fate." Both of them were lost in their thoughts, but neither of them revealed it. Only by chatting casually with each other, they exchanged a few sentences and felt much closer to each other. During the conversation, Qin Zhong mentioned that his teacher had resigned. Before he could finish, Bao Yu quickly said, "There is a family school in our home. Any member of the family who cannot afford a teacher can come to study at the family school. Relatives' children can also come along. My teacher went home last year, and my father plans to send me to the family school. Why don't you go back and tell your father to send you to our family school as well? That way, I can have a companion. What do you think? Zhong smiled and said, "The day before yesterday, my father mentioned inviting a teacher and also said that the family school here is good. It's just that I don't want to trouble the master for such a small matter. If Mr. Bao is willing to let my nephew accompany him, that would be even better. This way, we can chat together and keep each other company. Isn't that a wonderful thing?" The two immediately agreed upon it. Daiyu promised on the spot to go back and tell his grandmother right away in order to get this matter done quickly. After returning home, Daiyu did indeed tell this matter to Grandmother Jia and praised Zhong. Aunt Shui also chimed in on the side, saying, "Another day Zhong will come to pay respects to the ancestors." Grandmother Jia was delighted to hear this and immediately agreed.